Hey y'all, I'm Ashlyn.
I'm Emily.
And I'm Marla.
And we want you to mansplain baseball elsewhere.
Yay!
So, I am toasting with a truly berry punch. Because the new I've already had one of these. The new punch flavors are out.
They came out on the 10th, so find them.
It was like happy birthday to me a day early.
Yeah.
I promise y'all I'll stop talking about my birthday, but in June. Anyway, so I'm toasting a National Mimosa Day. Though I had no mimosas today, I just had Truly Punches. And this is the fourth flavor I'm trying. So, oh, it tastes like grape.
Yeah, it's like Grapico.
I like it.
Yeah.
It's like my favorite.
Dangerous.
Like
It's like a
super
less
dangerous.
sweet Grapico to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It worked. It's good. The fruit punch, tastes just like fruit punch. Tropical is good. The citrus, I liked. Ashlyn didn't like because she doesn't like Sprite.
Yeah, it tastes like Sprite to me, anyway. It tastes like Sprite to me, and I hate all lemon lime soda things. Like, I hate Sprite, I hate 7-Up, I hate Mountain Dew. Even though it doesn't taste like that. I hate them all.
If you're like drinking bourbon and need an extra kick, mix it with that citrus punch. It'd be
Yeah, like I might try that.
I'll only be around people you trust when you do that, though, because like it says 5%, but that 5% can add up real quick.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, I found mine at Publix. Ashlyn got hers at the gas station.
Yes. Here, also, I learned something. I'm sure lots of websites have this, but I went because I knew the Truly Punches were coming out on the 10th, and I also knew that I live in the middle of fucking nowhere and it's really hard to find things. So I was trying to not have to drive all over the world. So you can go to the Truly website and type in your zip code and pick out whichever one. Like, you can pick out fruit punch, and it tells you like where around you has it. Now there is the chance that you'll get there and it'll be sold out, because that's what happened to David when he went to get them for me.
A little map,
but I gave him 4 options, and one of the places had it. So there's that. But yeah, so you can do that with, because I also did the same thing with the citrus ones. And there's a grocery store that I don't normally go to that has the citrus ones that I sent David to that grocery store today, so he can get me some citrus.
Also, let's toast to husbands who go 4 different places to find you Truly.
Yeah, especially when you only drink a couple, and he's like, really? I guess he was wanting me to get like blackout drunk or something, but didn't.
He had plans last night, Ashley.
He must have had plans, because he was like, I drove all over the world and you're going to drink 2? I was like, I'll drink some more tomorrow. Thank you.
Love you.
I like the fruit punch too, but honestly, I think berry is my favorite, which is interesting because I don't love the regular berry.
No, the normal Truly berries are like okay, but that's not the pack I pick up. Like,
right,
I always
okay, but
now
yeah.
I'll go.
Yeah, like I go for the citrus or the tropical. So I'm probably going like berry, and then the tropical one, and then the fruit punch, and then the citrus will honestly probably just sit in my refrigerator until someone comes over who likes Sprite. That's not me.
Send it to me.
I can do that because I'm not going to drink them. Shout out to Truly, we love you. I just don't like Sprite. It's not you, it's me. Also, so I'm trusting.
We might as well call it trusting.
Really? We do have Trulies every week. I am toasting with a Truly fruit punch, which is delicious. And I am toasting to, because I'm an unbiased podcaster, Corey Seager having a quick and speedy recovery, because he fractured his hand yesterday. And I hope he gets better soon.
Tell us about Dustin May while we're here. And then we'll circle back to Marla.
Okay, so Dustin had his surgery.
Dodger.
Actually, Dustin's surgery was scheduled for the 11th, your birthday. We talked about that last week. Mm-hmm. But nothing from anyone, him, beat reporters, Dodgers, nothing was posted until the 12th. So I don't know if maybe they just waited a day. I guess that wouldn't be that weird. Or if his surgery ended up getting pushed today. Either way, not that weird. But the surgery was successful, and he's hanging out. He's out for the year. He will be out for most of.
Hot ass fiance to plan a wedding.
To nurse him back to health. Yeah, he's out for the whole year, obviously, and he'll be out for the majority, or I say the majority, part of next year. I'm sure he'll be back for like the second half.
Just in time to beat the Braves in the playoffs.
Yeah, in my mind, he's coming back after the postseason, after the All-Star break next year. I don't know if that's accurate. It may be later. It may be sooner. I don't fucking know. I've never had Tommy John surgery before, but I feel like that's a decent thought in my head. And I feel like he's going to come back and throw like 108 miles an hour. So we'll see. Because he's going to have a fake kick.
I was supposed to say it'll be like the Winter Soldier, like some vibranium probably got put in there. Or
yeah, like he has like an extra brand new tendon. Like, nah, he's gonna throw 108.
If he goes to Wakanda for a vacation this winter, watch out. So.
Mm-hmm.
Basically. So what are you toasting to with your normal ass Truly? I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry. Okay, listen. I did the search on the map thing too, and supposedly we have like a beer distributor. I don't know if those are like a nationwide thing. Pennsylvania
is really weird with their.
We have like certain stores that we go to get, like grocery stores. Just a couple years ago, we're allowed to start selling beer and wine. So, but there are still like, you can't get like huge packs at grocery stores. So a beer distributor has like the bigger packs where you can get like 24 packs and such. Anyway, supposedly we have one in our town. Supposedly they have the punch there and at a grocery store down the road from us. And I planned to get up this morning and go and do it. But instead I got up this morning and had
alcohol in the morning.
So
that's a plus.
I did.
Yeah, because we can't do that. Yeah, I was about to say Sunday morning we can't buy liquor or alcohol at all here. Good luck.
Yeah, it was. Are they called blue laws down there? It was called blue laws for us. They just got taken off the books a few years ago, maybe like 5-6 years ago. So, but yeah, we can buy alcohol on Sundays now. I think they didn't open till like 10. So I was gonna get up and go and get some. And then I installed an air conditioner and then didn't have time. Pens started at noon.
Wait, you installed a whole ass air conditioner?
Yeah, we had to get it in today.
Let's toast to Marla,
right? Cheers.
Yes, I'm a handy woman. Kind of. Nothing broke, at least. So there's that.
There you go.
So what are you toasting
to? I think I'm going to
your
toast
damn self.
That a little bit, but also I'm going to toast to hopefully I have good luck this week because I've got an ophthalmologist appointment tomorrow to get contacts. So hopefully they tell me that I think I have astigmatism, and I've heard that they're hard to get if you have contact, or like contacts are harder.
But they're getting better.
Yeah,
they're a lot better now.
Yes.
So I'm hoping for good luck. I'm going to toast to my eye doctor, and that they will do a good job tomorrow. So.
Cheers. I went to. Okay, can we have a quick story time? This is important. We have to do this.
Because you broke your last contact.
I split my last contact like right in half. Went and got some loners because they couldn't see me for like 2 weeks. Went to see the eye doctor on Thursday. My vision got horribly worse, like doubled worse. It was horrible. But that wasn't the kicker. The kicker was, walked in, my eye doctor, he's been my eye doctor for like 100 years, and he sees my whole family because none of us fucking see to save us a life.
You look really good for 100, by the way.
Well, thank you. None of us can fucking see. So he sees like my mom, my dad, my brother, me, all of us. So I walk in and he's like, "Hey, have you gotten the COVID vaccine?" Before I can say yes, he was like, "I hope not." So I just didn't say anything. I was like, "Oh yeah, I was gonna," didn't fucking say anything. So then he told me that COVID is actually a bioweapon from the Russians. I mean, the Chinese. The Chinese.
I was about to say, get the wrong country.
Sorry, because the vaccine is another bioweapon. That one's from the Russians, and they're grooming our immune systems for a huge
we're dead either way.
We're gonna fucking die. And he was like, "Has your husband, or have you or your husband had COVID?" I was like, "I don't think I have. But I know David's had it twice, so maybe I've had it because we're in the same household. But I don't know. I've never been tested, so I don't fucking know."
I'm a mom. I don't have time to get COVID, so fuck that.
He was like, "Don't let David get the vaccine because he's had COVID and he will die." Okay, David has had COVID and has also had the vaccine. He's not dead yet.
Right.
So I was like, but for an hour.
You're just like, I just want my eye looked at.
Sitting there telling me about bioweapons.
I'm glad you didn't tell him you got the vaccine, though, because he would have said that's why your eyes got worse, because you got the vaccine.
Yeah. All just going on and on and on. And I'm trying so hard not to bust out fucking laughing that I'm literally having to bite the inside of my cheeks. Like,
can I stop over at the dentist's office and get one of those things that just stick it in my mouth?
I can't.
Yeah, I need to be silenced.
And he just kept on and kept giving me websites to look at. And fucking, it was the craziest thing. And like, this man has never struck me as like out there before. Like, he's always talked a lot. He's a very interesting human, actually, because he didn't even become an eye doctor until he was like almost 40, because he was a computer engineer before that. Interesting dude.
Can be done.
Yeah.
So.
But like, he just went on and on. I was like, by the time I left, I called David. I was like, okay, so we're both going to fucking die like really soon because we get the vaccine and you've had COVID, so you're definitely going to die before me.
So circling back, this is why David wants you to get blackout drunk last night, because you may as well enjoy your last days, like, because you're going to die.
So
I don't want to die sober.
It's China and Russia's fault, from what I understand. And watch out. And the whole government is trying to kill us, which that part I actually don't super disagree with. That could be true. No. But the rest of it, it was the craziest experience of my life. But I did get some new contacts.
And the eye doctor's like this far in front of your face. Like, and he can't like ignore them.
And also, like, my vision got significant, which I knew it was. I can't fucking see. It got like literally almost double worse. And he was like, I don't know what could be the cause.
I'm so glad you didn't tell him you got the vaccine, because like, I would have just said yes, because you think they're like, okay, so we don't have to like wear a mask in your face or something, like, because you're vaccinated.
Oh, yeah, no, he told me to take my mask off as soon as I walked in the door.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You should have been like, I'm sorry, I have a bioweapon I'm breathing on you. I need to put my mask back on.
I'm vaccinated, so that's fine, I guess. So I'll take it off. Mm-hmm. And then he starts on, anyways, it was crazy. Sorry, that was a tangent, but that story was important. I needed to spread the word.
Well, the Kickass Lady of the week, kind of playing into this, is your daughter, Harper, for telling your son that she's going to eat his brain. I just love that energy. Like,
yeah, I had to.
We don't have to worry about Harper in dating and relationships ever. Like, she will always have the upper hand.
Yeah. Well, for those of you who don't listen to Mansplain Hockey elsewhere, I jump up and leave because I could hear Fisher screaming upstairs, and David's not here right now. I could hear Fisher screaming upstairs, so I ran upstairs to see what was happening because I thought his like arm was broken or something. Very traumatic. And actually, Harper just had him pinned in the corner, telling him she was going to eat his brain. So
that's female wrestling now. Maybe she'll be interested in that one day.
That's the energy we have here. So she can be our tiny kick-ass lady and our real kick-ass lady. I wrote 4 pages about her, so I'm gonna have to condense it a little bit.
Maybe we can take pictures of those and post those to Patreon.
Because I could gush, honestly. And to tell you how good she really is, she plays for fucking Alabama. So if I'm gonna gush over her, and she plays for Alabama, you know she's really fucking good. Anyway, her name is Montana Fouts. She is a pitcher for the University of Alabama softball team. They won the SEC tournament yesterday. She was born in West Virginia, then she moved to Kentucky, blah, 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 whatever. She graduated from East Carter High School in Kentucky in 2018 with a 4.0 GPA, and she also had a 30 wins and 5 loss win-loss record with a 0.42 ERA in her 2 varsity seasons in high school.
Jesus, hell.
Just wait. It gets crazy. In those 2 varsity seasons, she recorded 333 strikeouts in 231 innings. She had 21 shutouts. Oh, and by the way, she also was hitting .414. No big deal.
Jesus.
God. Yeah. So this year, 2021 is her junior year at Alabama. In 2019, as a freshman, she had 24 starts. She had 21 wins and a 1.39 ERA and was leading the charge for Alabama to go to the college women's. She had 193 strikeouts her freshman year with only 56 walks. Her day at Alabama was against Troy. She threw a complete game and allowed 1 run. She pitched back-to-back complete games in the college softball World Series against Arizona that year. She allowed 7 hits across both games.
So she's like Jenny Finch on steroids.
Nuts.
It's insane. In 2020, obviously the season was shorted. She only started 8 games. She had 1 complete game shutout.
Here. I know they're different sports, but can she pitch, and will the Braves draft her?
There's no rule against underhand pitching?
Because it gets better. It gets better. Okay, so 2021.
Let's add AA when we post this.
Yeah, because she started 8 games, 1 complete game shutout. That was kind of it. 2021 or 2020 was weird. We know that.
Yes.
2021, she started 23 games. 14 of those games, she had double-digit strikeouts. Here's just like a snapshot of a week in the life of Montana. She had a game against Liberty University on February 20th, and she struck out 13 girls. That was her career high at the moment.
Liberty's actually really good at, like, the sports.
Yeah. Liberty is good at the sports. So that was on February 20th. On February 27th, Emily, she threw a complete game shutout against UNC. She allowed 2 hits, 1 walks, and she struck out 12.
Marla still drank all that.
20,
that's why you should watch on YouTube.
Right? Okay, so 20, 27. Then on March 3rd, she threw another complete game shutout, beat her own career high, struck out 16 girls, and that was against Mississippi State.
I can't even be mad. If you're going to get shut out, like, this is who you need to get shut out.
Yeah, shit.
Insane. Because this right here, the next part, is where it really, really gets good. Okay, so, like I said, they just won the SEC tournament yesterday. Mm-hmm. On Thursday, she pitched a complete game against Kentucky and allowed 1 run. In those quarterfinals, she was already tied. She had like 15 strikeouts in the tournament so far on Thursday, and she struck out, I don't know, a fucking bunch more. So, complete game against Kentucky on Thursday. On Friday, she started again. She threw 5 innings. She came out for the 6th. The girl that they put in, Lexi, gave up 2 runs, gave up the lead. They put her back in for the 7th. She shut out the game. It gets better. It gets better. She finished the game. They won. That was against, who was that second game against? Missouri, I believe. Alabama, Missouri, I believe, was on Friday. That was in the semifinals.
Yes. Kelly Cruel wins Missouri, by the way.
And then on Saturday, the final, no, not Missouri. I'm sorry. That was against Tennessee. It was Alabama and Tennessee in the semifinals. In the final, the championship game on Saturday, Thursday, she pitched a full game. Friday, she pitched 5, came out for 1 inning, went back in the 7th. On Saturday, she pitched a complete game.
And we got grown-ass men being paid $18 million who won't even pitch. She pitched a
complete game in the championship against Florida. Complete game shutout.
Florida's good softball.
And Florida is very good at the softball.
Florida is very good at the softball, and she was fucking lights out. They got nothing off of her.
Honestly, if I was to like face her again, I would just forfeit and be like, I'm saving my energy.
So during the tournament, she beat Brittany Sneed, was the previous strikeout record holder for the SEC tournament. She had 37 strikeouts in the tournament from 2001. So her record's been standing for 20 years. Montana beat that yesterday. It's now 39. Yesterday was also her 17th appearance with 10 plus strikeouts. Her 10th appearance with 10 plus strikeouts against SEC teams. and she's a fucking monster. She's a fucking monster. That I don't even know. Like, I don't even know what else to say. Like,
if the Canadian Wild don't draft this woman, I swear to God.
Like, it's just, she's absolutely insane. And like,
I mean, again, I know they're different sports, but can we please draft her?
Oh,
Like, I'm not even kidding at this point.
Let's not forget, and yesterday's game in like the 6th or 7th inning, I don't remember.
Did she hit a grand slam?
She was hitting like 7, right?
Me.
She was hitting like 75, 77 on the radar, which is some of the fastest pitches she's ever thrown.
Yeah, an average.
So
she's on her third day of pitching.
Yeah. She pitched Thursday, Friday, and fucking Saturday. And Saturday, at the end of the game, she's still hitting 76.
Who is their athletic trainer, and what fucking voodoo magic do they have? Right. How's her arm still attached to her body?
I don't know, but she's so fucking good it hurts. So
my rotator cuff just fell out of my body just hearing that. So
right. And so that's Montana, and she's basically the coolest person I've ever met in my life, and I've never met her, but congrats to her.
And we will post all 4 pages of your notes on Patreon, as low as what, $5 a month?
Like,
Mansplain BB podcast on Patreon.
Like, the fact that I'm interested in an SEC player talks about how good she is. I'm just saying.
And the fact that I'm gushing over someone that chose the fucking devil school.
Right.
How good she is.
I mean, Alabama's always good. Oklahoma's always good. Tennessee's always good. But like, damn, that is a step above.
It's
like
she's
3 steps above.
Like a monster.
Amazing.
Crazy.
I can't even. She is a kick-ass. I don't have a mansplain of this week, but I haven't really been online. Like, I was not around the internet that much because it was my birthday week, and so I got spoiled all week, like offline. So
love that.
Yes, but I haven't. It's kind of hard to do mansplain now because I think people are scared of us.
I was like, I haven't had a. Now I didn't have a. This wasn't a mansplain. This isn't a mansplain, but it was an interesting event. I had someone tweet me yesterday that was like, "Are you watching the Braves game?" And I said yes because I was tweeting about the championship. So whatever, the Braves were playing, but I watched both games.
I did have that happen because I said something about the Tigers, and they were like, but Ian Anderson's pitching a shutout. And I'm like, okay, well, I can watch 2 screens at one.
Yeah,
but also, we don't mention the shutout because as soon as you said it.
And you ruined it. Good job.
You are not Chip. He's the only person who gets a pass because that's just a Chippy thing. But anyway, sorry.
Yeah, so he asked if I was watching the game. I said yes. And then he proceeded to tweet at me for hours telling me, like, play by play what was going on in the game.
And you're like, but I'm watching it.
I was like,
I don't need you.
Like, JBJ robbed Ozzy. I saw it.
Yeah.
Ian Anderson threw 4, no hits.
I never know how to approach those people because they're not.
Yeah, like, I'm trying to be rude.
Yeah, I almost wonder, I'm like, do they not know? Like, do they not have the social skills to pick up on? Like, I get it.
Maybe they're new to Braves Twitter because, like, this is only my second kind of full year in there. Like, I've noticed a lot of people, we all just post the same shit and then, like each other's status. And, like, every once in a while, or tweet, and then, like, every once in a while, we're like, yeah, Ozzy's my favorite. But basically, we're all saying the same. Like,
I love scrolling the timeline when someone, like, hits a home run because it's like 2 or 3 scrolls, everybody's tweeting about it. Yeah. And I love, like, no shame. Like, I love it.
2 or 3 scrolls.
It makes a community.
Yeah, like, you don't really converse back and forth. You just
right.
say something, and then that's that.
Hit the like. Just scream into the void like the rest of us.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's why I was just letting him tweet and, like, tell me about it. But, like, I'm also watching. Thank you. If I wasn't, because a lot this week, I hadn't been able to, like, sit down and watch games start to finish. So if it was one of those games that he was doing this, I'd have been very appreciative.
Right.
So,
but you told him you were watching. So, yeah. I will say Bluegrass Braves. I don't know why I can't talk today. Fucking Truly Punch. Get some.
Truly Punch.
Anyway, Bluegrass Braves, and someone said it last year, but I don't think it was actually on the MLB app where you could do it. Like you had to go to a third-party website or whatever. But like this year, you can choose the radio feed.
Yeah, you can do that.
I might just not have figured it out, but like on the actual TV. So I used to listen, like, so you can watch the video from Fox Sport or Valley Sports or whatever it is,
right?
And then the radio feed from the fan.
Oh, okay.
Which it's
yeah,
really
I don't usually use the app on the TV, so I don't know. That's cool though.
When you do it on the TV, it works out better because it goes back to the Valley Sports for ads. If you do it on your phone or your iPad, you hear both ads at the exact same time, which can get kind of weird.
Oh, that is weird.
But it's interesting. Like you'll see Paul Bird talking, and then you'll hear Ben Ingram. But
two goats, we love them, but that's like, a lot at the same time.
When Birdie did the thing about Ronald Acuna Jr. the first and Ronald Acuna Jr. the second, I was like, wait, I have to go actually watch this clip on Twitter because I am very confused.
Yeah, like I need more here.
But
his son's
anyway,
so cute.
So I guess that's the opposite of Mansplain. Like that was nice to figure it out.
Yes.
Maybe you could have done it last year. Like I also noticed like it's like white type. So you just kind of have to like trust in God when you pick the audio options and click over and then hit enter. And then all of a sudden Ben Ingram's wonderful voice is in your ear and it's great.
Love that.
I mean, some people like Chip.
Yeah.
That's fine, I guess.
Yeah.
Some people also like to, you know, I don't know.
Chip as a person.
Yeah,
announcer kind of gets on my nerves when I get chipped on a fly ball, and I'm like,
yes,
yes.
Like that bad depth perception as it is, I'm trusting you, dude.
Like,
but when I have to listen to A-Rod on a Sunday and then Chip on a Monday, I'm like, I fucking love you, Chip. I fucking love you, bro.
So lucky, blessed.
We have the best podcast ever, actually.
Yeah, and listening to like Joe Buck made me realize like what glory we have to complain about Chip.
Joe Buck plays 2 sports and should do 0. I stop it.
ESPN, call us. We'll do better. But A-Rod's like also just bought part of an NBA team. He was like, "Oh, J-Lo left me for Ben Affleck." Here we go.
Any sane person would. So
and then
fuck y'all, Ben Affleck.
It's just the Timberwolves. Excuse me, what do you own? Not even your house. So shut up.
I love people being like, "Oh, he bought the Timberwolves." Baby, you can't buy a car. Shut the fuck up.
Right. You have to check your bank account to get guacamole at Chipotle. Sit down.
Exactly.
Okay, that felt like an attack.
No, but you're not out here bashing him for buying an unpopular NBA team. Shut the fuck up.
Gives a fuck. It's an NBA team. Like, it's a team of professional
little league and
he just
basketball. I don't know what those are called. I should probably learn because I got enrolled into one. But whatever those are called, little peewee basketball. It's not even that. So
yeah. So
I told people to let the chop die this week, and that.
Oh, you got it. Murdered, all you blue-haired liberal.
I know. I saw that and I was like, okay.
I was like,
is that an
I'm
insult?
like, do they know her? Like, that's accurate.
Thank you.
I'm not AOC, but like, yeah, I am more liberal about a lot of stuff. So I don't know. I was just like, okay. You still look dumb.
People commented, and I agree with them. It's better now that it's organic. Like, because we all talked about how annoying it got. Like, they would play it when you're down by 5 on your last out, and they would play the like, come on. Like,
I get a few more years before it just people stop.
Yeah, I've been to 2. I went to those 2 games back to back, and in those 2 games, I think I saw it maybe 3 times, and 2 of those were like pitching changes. Now they did do it still on 2 pitching changes at the end, like not the closer coming out.
When it's night and the lights are on, like, and it's kind of like the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Okay, but
I feel like I've been pretty clear. Like I don't hate the chop, but I also don't really give a shit. Like if they were tomorrow, like we can never do the chop again, I'd be like, okay, don't give a shit. Kind of the same with the name. Like they at some point tell me we can't be the Braves anymore. Like, okay, what's our new name? I don't give a fuck. Like,
there's to the is it 74 road jersey? Like beautiful jerseys and we're like, we're not having the tomahawk on our jersey anymore. We're going to these. I'd be like, those are sweet ass jerseys. Let's go.
Yeah, like, let's fucking go.
I'm not going to not follow the Atlanta Baseball Club because
I'm not a fan for the name.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a Taiwan. They have like a basketball league, and the one team is called the Braves, but it's like knights in shining armor type of Braves. Like that's their.
Yeah.
So like, why couldn't we do that?
like
we could keep the Braves. The Braves name in itself is not a problem. It is the context.
Yeah.
So let's change it.
Right.
Plus, and then we could have swords.
Plus, I'm gonna give you a fucking sword, bro.
Hell yeah.
But it is now. It's more like doing the wave. Like, just start. If you want to do the chop on, bro. But
I just don't give a shit. I just don't care. Don't do the wave though. Sit down. I will fucking boo you.
I'm sorry that's your personality. Good luck with life.
Yeah, I know, right? Anyways, after multiple tangents around the league, that's next?
No, we're getting there. Yes, Marla, lead us around the league.
Well, the league is kind of, it's wild right now, honestly, is the best way I can put it. I'll start we'll go west to east. The Giants are good, I guess.
Weird. Don't know who told them to do that.
They're on top of the NL West. Okay, Padres are in second.
Dodgers started coming back though.
The Dodgers, they are in third place right now. They have one of the highest run differentials in all of MLB right now, though. Mm-hmm. They have a 50 plus 50.
Yeah. And they're going to get Pujols, supposedly.
They just got, they just got Pujols.
Confirmed? Or I don't feel like it wasn't confirmed, but LA Times said it, but it wasn't like 100%.
What I saw, the last thing I saw,
like Passan tweeted it, and
it's official, but for whatever reason, due to something, the Dodgers aren't announcing it until Monday. I don't know what that's about, but
we've been burned so many times. Until the team says it, I'm going to be like, we'll order the cake, but not pay for it.
Yeah,
he just didn't want to move. He's like, no, I'm not going to another city, guys.
That's what I feel, because the whole. Another tangent. God. Anyways, the whole thing was like he left the Angels because he wanted consistent playing time. Okay, Albert is not fucking getting consistent playing time on the Dodgers. Like that's not fucking happening.
And so even with Seager out, and I don't know how exactly they're gonna reorder their infield, but I'm assuming they're still gonna have a first baseman.
Maybe conspiracy theory. Maybe they signed Albert. And he knew he wasn't going to get consistent playing time. So he paid I don't even know who it was, whoever was pitching for Miami at the time, to hit Seager. It was like, break his hand. I'm going to take his number and his job. Thank you. Except not his job, because he doesn't play shortstop. You know.
Yeah.
Here's my thing. If you're not going to get consistent playing time, wouldn't you rather be on a team that has a chance to get a ring?
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, now that I said that, the Angels are probably going to win the World Series. But also, the Dodgers got like 8 hits in 8 runs. I already deleted my little fact. In 1 inning. Like, they're back, baby. Like, they're coming back.
They're heating up. They realize that the season has started. So, I mean, we'll see. I'm sure, they're going to make the postseason. Like, it's not like, it's a curse just because, they're going to be fine. As much as I don't want to say that, they will be.
Unfortunately.
I am interested to see how second place.
That Trevor Bauer was like bragging on himself yesterday, which I'm like, but bro, it's the Marlins. Like
just calm down.
I mean, they swept us, but that's not the point of this conversation.
Yeah. They're still 4th in our division. But yeah, I'm interested to see what second place in the NL West looks like. I'm pretty sure I had the Padres second, but maybe it'll end up being the Giants. Who knows? Although they did lose twice in a row to the Pirates. And did they lose today? I didn't check yet. No, they did not. So, but still, they lost twice to the Pirates. So that's it's just not a skid bump. That's not a word. Speed bump. So
there you
go. So the West
demolished the Pirates, by the way, which is not important because
they did. It was like 14-1 or something.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Sorry. So did you see Nick Castellanos is probably going to get suspended for an interview he didn't even give?
Yes. Oh, saw that.
Ashlyn, how about you tell her? Because
okay, so Nick let a fan do his post game.
Oh, that little boy?
No, this is a grown ass man.
Or is that something different?
Yes.
That must be something different because this man, I didn't catch the whole backstory, but like this man said something to Nick before he went to the plate, and then he fucking launched a home run. So something between that and his post game interview,
He gave him a fist bump or something.
Yeah.
And so then, like, the media was like, "Oh, who's this guy that Castellanos is fist bumping?" Like,
okay, so this guy, whoever this bro is, did Nick's post game interview for him, and the guy's like, "What'd you say to Nick right before he hit that home run?" And he was like, "Well, I just told Nick to pretend that Rob Manfred's face was on that baseball, and the next thing you know, he fucking launched it."
Yeah. I read that tweet as it was a child. I don't know why I did.
Oh no,
yeah, no, it was a grown man. Like a 45.
That would have made it amazing if it was a kid.
Technically, like, Nick didn't say anything.
But he was just like, I mean,
he was just relaying the message. You asked me what he said. That's what he said.
Which actually is pretty smart by him, because I'm betting they're going to still try to suspend him, but he didn't say nothing. So how are you going to get him in trouble?
Any MLB player that needs us to speak out on their behalf against Rob Manfred, please
call us.
Let us know. Call us, add us, email us, send a carrier pigeon. We will do it.
All the things.
No hesitation.
Yeah. Also, so that was pretty hilarious.
The fucking Nationals scored 17.
Stupid football score.
Against
so many. That poor Diamondbacks, bless them.
I love the Diamondbacks too.
I love the Diamondbacks, but like they're like kind of the epitome of this season. Like they have really good games, and they're really crappy games. I feel like a lot of teams are like that this year. Like,
yeah, it's hard to find a middle of the road perform that's been consistent. You know, like all season, you're just like, oh, this team's all right. I don't know.
Like, and I even looked at the records, and some teams' records are obviously better than others, but it feels like everyone's kind of a middle of the road. Like, it's like you said, like the NL West, you would have thought it would easily be Dodgers, Padres, then who else knows? But like, it's still up for debate, so who knows?
Yeah, and then the Central Cards are on top. Milwaukee is coming in second.
Kelnick debuted. Apparently, MLB was super excited about this. I guess he's the number 4 prospect.
Yeah, they've been pushing his name out there. Farm to Fame. If you haven't listened to Farm to Fame yet, go listen to Farm to Fame, because first of all, Peter and Kelsey are adorable and the best. And especially you're most likely a Braves fan if you're listening to this. So you will love them. But yeah, they talk about Kelnick a lot, and it's a really, and Kelsey has the best sound effects ever. So yeah, I'm excited for these new prospects that are coming up. Jazz should be coming back soon. I think he's expected back in the next week or two,
he should be back.
A guy named Masiak for the Mets became the first player. He had 2 walk-off RBIs in his first 4 games before he had his first career hit. So I was very confused.
Amazing.
Like, you get 2 RBIs before you get a hit. Like, that's nice.
There's probably, we got to figure out how to find that stat, because has that been done before?
Apparently it was at least 100 years ago, because they said the first in the past 100 years.
Oh, geez Louise.
But like, I don't get, like, we also maybe one day for the learning thing need to do what the modern era is, because I'm sure there's a reason they call it the modern era, but started like 1904. Like, come on,
yeah,
bro.
like I mean,
didn't have cars
random
then?
number.
Yeah, like come on. Just bring it down to like like 1950 is a good cutoff for me. I don't know why, but I feel like it's a good cutoff. Just start there.
How about when Jackie Robinson debuted? Let's call that the modern era.
There you go.
There we go.
You know?
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. So the Central.
Yeah,
where the Tigers are not in last.
There we go. Yeah, so NL Central, St. Louis, Milwaukee, Chicago. They're all pretty close. And even dear little Pittsburgh, they're only 6 games back. Hey, it could happen. Jacob Stallings hit a walk-off homer last night, and
That's a Tar Heel, by the way. That's a Tar Heel.
Yeah.
That's why I added you in it.
Let me drink. Okay, drink. Yeah, the play before that, Adam Frazier got thrown out at home plate. And it was super frustrating because he was like booking it. But I think it was Talkman that was in left field that like had like the most perfect relay you'd ever see. Threw it right to the relay guy and they got it back to home plate and he got thrown out. And I was like, son of a bitch. Like, it was very frustrating. And then Stallings came up and hit a walk-off bomb.
He gives me hope for like Johan to get out of New York. And now he's trying. Like, I love Camargo, but maybe he just needs to get out of Atlanta. And then he'll thrive.
That's a lot of it. Yeah.
Anyway, so rest of the Central. White Sox are leading the AL Central.
Yeah. And then the NL East we don't need to really talk about that much. It's a mess. They're still beating up on each other
because we're all so good.
-15,
That's
and
what it
it's
is.
worst in the division.
But it's because the whole division is so great.
Yeah,
that's it.
I'm excited to start playing other divisions more, like other than the AL East, because the AL East. Well, let's go west to east again. So Oakland is on top of the AL West, even though they're exploring other locations.
Mm-hmm.
So suppose
y'all laughed at me for saying the Ace might be good. I just want to remind everyone of that.
Yeah.
But again, it's early. It's not even May 24th. We don't know what'll happen.
Supposedly Manfred had given them like an offer, like anytime you need us to put like us as an MLB to put pressure on the city to get you a new ballpark, just let us know.
I feel like Manfred knows people who can break your kneecap.
I'm sure, like, which probably doesn't bode well for us, but whatever. My knees are bad anyway. I need new ones.
Yeah, break them. I don't give a fuck. Can you leave after though?
But the A's will supposedly start looking into relocation because Oakland's kind of calling their bluff, and it's all very preliminary. Like nothing's been set in stone.
Yeah.
And a lot of like people that live there are pissed because, and we've seen it over and over again. These teams extort these cities to get them to pay for the ballparks and everything, and it's like,
right.
You're privileged to be here. Like it's not the other way around. So that's interesting. They might be moving. A lot of people are talking Nashville. So we'll see. I don't know.
Somebody mentioned Charlotte for like the next MLB team, but quite frankly, and I say this as North Carolinian, Charlotte can hardly carry the Knights. Like nobody shows up to Hornets games, which granted they halfway suck, but like don't do an MLB team in Charlotte. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Just don't do it. And plus it's too close to Atlanta. Like
it's cutting into that market a lot.
I mean, it's not far at all.
And maybe that's what they want. But
kind of. If they move, I want them. Yeah. If they move, I want them to go to Vegas, but only because I want Oakland to lose 2 teams to Vegas instead of just 1.
That would be
Let's say
amazing.
Still be in the West. And my thing about Vegas is I've never been to Vegas. The year I was supposed to go. Yes, I was brand new at my job, and I had to like work over Thanksgiving. Anyway, this whole thing. Very mad about it. But Vegas seems like a fun place to where you can gamble, you can get shit-faced drunk all day, and then like now you'd be able to watch baseball, hockey, and football.
Right.
Shit, put a basketball team out there.
They have a WNBA team.
They do? Okay, that's what I was going to ask. If not, expand the WNBA there, as we talked about on Mansplain Hockey elsewhere. Figure that one out.
Watch Aces came in second, and like I'm pretty sure the Storm. I'm pretty sure it's the Aces.
So we could just spend a whole super long weekend out there watching a sports game every day, then gambling, earning money to buy the next round of tickets. It'd be
the
great.
Dream. Just traveling and watching sports. Dream.
Yeah, see, I've never been to Vegas either. I was supposed to go, but then I got pregnant, and then I got put on bed rest, and
that ruins everything.
Never have kids. That ruins it. So, anyways, we should go.
Sorry.
Anyway, Oakland's good. Houston's in second in the AL West. Seattle's in the 3rd place. I was surprised at that. I thought they were lower, but what it is. The White Sox have the highest run differential in MLB right now. They have a +61. It's pure insanity. The AL Central is going off. Cleveland is also doing pretty well. Well, okay, 2 teams in the Central are going off. the White Sox in Cleveland are going nuts. And then the Royals, as much as they're kind of a joke this season, sorry, Danielle, we are too. So, it is what it is. They are in third place. The Tigers, Emily literally walked away from me, so she didn't have to hear me talk about it. They're and the Twins, I really thought the Twins were going to be better this season. And
yeah, I was
caveat,
a little.
obviously, still only May, but
Yeah.
I thought, oh, the Tigers do have a negative 69 run differential, so nice. And the AL East, Boston is still on top. They're still clinging. The Blue Jays are a game and a half back, so we're creeping up on y'all. It's coming. The Yankees have moved from last to third. They are 2 games back. Tampa Bay, and then little bitty, bless their hearts, Baltimore. They are actually, Baltimore is the only team in the AL East with a negative run differential. There's negative 23. So it's a weird year, you guys. The Mets are on top of the NL East. Cards,
So,
we kind of expect Cards,
I'm
Giants.
back, and I heard
Boston.
you say something about the Royals, but the Tigers did sweep them. Just FYI.
I said the Royals are a little bit of a joke this season, but so are we. So no offense to Danielle, but I said the Tigers do have a negative 69 run differential. So
yes, I did hear that, and that is very nice. I mean, if you're gonna be shitty, at least have a good number, right?
exactly. Did I have any other news? Oh, Ash, I don't know if you are talking about this. The Astros are providing furnished apartments to all their minor leaguers, which is awesome.
Awesome.
So
all the kudos to them. 1 down, 29 to go.
Yeah.
So,
I did see something that like Jim Crane owns the apartments or some fucking shit, which is also the guy who owns the Astros. I don't give a shit. Like that was somebody's rebuttal as to like why they were doing it. Like I don't fucking care. I don't care. It's still cool that he's doing it. I don't give a shit if he owns the fucking state of Texas at this point. I don't care. It's awesome.
Honestly, it might be better for Texas if he did.
Right? Might be.
Last piece of news, the MLBPA has filed a $500 million grievance alleging that the MLB did not act in good faith when they were scheduling the 2020 games. They are alleging what we all said, that the MLB postponed and pushed it back, and that they did not play as many games as they could have in order to reduce player salaries.
Yes.
So the $500 million comes from, it's an approximate 20-day total from the league-wide pay, what an additional 20 days would have been, about $25 million a day. So
good for them.
It'll be interesting to see where that goes.
It'll be interesting, and the renegotiating the CBA is probably going to be like atrocious. Enjoy all the baseball you can, because a strike would not surprise me.
It wouldn't surprise me at all.
So.
Also, Tyler Flowers.
Oh yeah, Tyler Flowers.
I'm actually doing that. I'm doing that. But I do have before we transition to Braves, I have a quick note about Mike Trout that I learned from Quick Pitch this morning.
Okay.
That Mike Trout has not had a hit in 5 games, and he has gone like 3 for 23. And you know what happened 5 games ago?
What? Pujols got designated.
Yep.
He cried in his locker. The man is obviously distraught. What did y'all do?
That's Mike's
owner of the Angels.
So just a little fact. I mean, I'm not saying Mike Trout's gonna suck all of a sudden, but I'm just saying he's obviously upset that
he's holding out his talent because y'all fired his bro.
Yeah, his mentor is gone.
I mean, yeah. We've all, I'm sure, lost coworkers that we loved.
Yeah. Well, I brought up, like, when Pujols, they did this to Pujols, they said, I wonder if the Tigers are going to do that to Miggy. And then I saw the first article on MLB.com today that said he's not going to last his whole contract.
Yeah.
So
he's got 4 years?
He's got a while to go.
Yeah.
And he's 38 years old.
Yeah.
But honestly, at this point, Tigers, like, what do you have to lose?
And also, honestly, props to your fucking agent, Miggy. Go
send him back to Pittsburgh.
Well, yeah, and anyway, I'll get to him later. But so Tyler Flowers was our MLB be player association rep forever.
Retired.
And he retired. Because they were going to bring him back after TDA got hurt. And then I guess he's had like burst disc or something in his back. And then another one happened.
Degenerative disc.
Yes.
Which makes sense. I mean,
so he's had a couple. It looks like he's played through having a couple for the last few years. It seems to me that in the process of like trying to get back and get ready to come and catch, he realized he has another one, and he's like, yeah, I can't fucking do this. I did see though
Plus
he is
old as
staying.
shit too.
Yeah,
right?
he's also old as shit. He's staying with the Braves to help them with like game planning and stuff, which he's been doing before we signed him to that contract or whatever. So that's
and
really
teach
good.
the young guys how to pitch frame because
Yeah.
we're very
Coach
good at that.
Because I don't like Tyler Flowers. I've been very vocal about this. I have no reason to not like him. He's just a fucking tree behind the plate, and I don't like to watch him catch. However, I do know that he's really great at what he did. He's a great pitch framer. He did awesome things with like equipment wise, his little company.
Other than matching his chest plate to his uniform.
Yeah, but that's fine. Whatever. He did great, and I think it's very, very I don't know. It's smart of the Braves to keep him on in the role that they're keeping him on, because right now we do have. I mean, we have Jeff Mathis, but beyond him, we have young catchers, like very young, inexperienced catchers. So game planning, pitch framing, those kinds of things are very important, and I think Tyler is going to be very important to those guys. So thank you, Tyler, for everything you did for us, and I'm sure the White Sox fans are just as appreciative, and enjoy retirement and fucking go race your Viper somewhere. But like, be safe. So this week, the Braves were swept by the Blue Jays again. I'm really not going to talk about it. All I'm going to do is blame Marla for that.
I legit did not know the power that it held.
I will say there were a lot of people on Twitter that were like, it's the fucking Blue Jays. Okay, the Blue Jays are actually decent now.
Yeah.
Like, let's give them that.
The
Blue Jays are good.
Like I know they were kind of a joke team for a long time, but now they're actually decent. So I'm not embarrassed. I'd rather us not get swept by them completely, but I'm not embarrassed about it.
Yeah, no, same. I mean, the Blue Jays are a formidable team. Now, this year, they just had our number. Like, they had our number. We couldn't do anything right against them. Literally, my highlights for the Blue Jays are blame Marla, Ronnie got hurt. That's it.
Oh, and the Tar Heel Trent Thornton won their game on May 11th. I'm just hoping y'all get wasted. But anyway.
I'm on my third Truly of the night.
Yeah.
For those counting.
So,
this one's in line.
Outside of the Blue Jays games that we're not going to talk about.
Nope.
On Friday, the Braves beat the Brewers 6-3. Marcell and Ozzy went back-to-back home runs, and that was the first time that we have gone back-to-back home runs so far this season. So if you'll take a moment, I really wish I could work like stat websites, because it took us almost 40 games to go back-to-back in home runs, and I know it didn't take 40 games to go back-to-back home runs last year. So that's an interesting stat. Wish I could work websites to tell you when they did it last year. It's probably like game 3. Yeah. Please tell me how to work stat websites.
I have had 3 Trulies, but I have down that Smiley actually pitched well on Friday.
That's correct. Also, I'm going to humbly take credit for that, because 2 starts ago, I heavily slandered Drew Smiley to anyone who would listen to me.
And when we slander people, they all of a sudden get better.
And in those last 2 starts, since I started heavily slandering him, in 12, he's gone 6 innings each game and given up 1 run in 12 innings over 2 starts. So you're fucking welcome. I will keep it.
Also, Ashlyn, please say something very mean about Drew Smiley right now. I just need to keep it going.
Drew Smiley is honestly one of the goofiest looking motherfuckers I've ever seen, but also we have a team of goofy, because Freddie loved you, but come on. Anyways, it's fine. Drew's gonna be fine. He's gonna
No, he's
not
not.
suck.
Drew
He sucks.
Floorball
We
is
paid him
gonna
like
suck
what, $11
forever.
million? $11 million.
Yeah.
And
He's
he's
a fifth
pretty
place
bad
pitcher.
to be paying $11 million. But he did lower his ERA from like 8 something to like 5 something. So bravo, you don't super suck, you just kind of suck. So fix that.
So like $2 million per run you allow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No big deal. And then on Saturday we beat the Brewers 5-1. Ian carried a no-hit bid into the 7th, and I blame everyone talking about it, including my husband, because I told him. And that was a little bit on me. I'm going to take like 6% of the blame because I did tell him and I shouldn't have told him, because as soon as I told him, he was like, oh, so he's throwing a no-hitter. So the next pitch he throws is going to be a hit. It's definitely a no-hitter. So he's going to screw it up. The next one's going to be a hit and it's going to be a home run. And then Ian promptly gave up a hit. So I will take 6% of the blame, but no more than 6. Either way, he finished the game with 2 hits, 4 Ks, and 1 earned run, which tells you the fact that he only had 4 Ks tells you he really had that ground ball working for him. Like, defense was really doing very well for him last night, so we appreciate that. Freddie hit his 250th home run last night, joining the ranks of Hank Aaron, Eddie Chipper Jones, Dale Murphy, and Andrew
Do you know
Jones.
how amazing Hank's number is? Like, knowing how hard Freddie has worked and how consistent he's been for a decade.
10 years.
And you just got to 250?
Yeah. That's
not to take away from him, but to then look at 715, like that.
Henry Aaron was on a whole different level. Montana is channeling Henry when she's trying to be the beast that she's trying to be. Also, this week we got the great news that Mike Soroka is having to have another surgery. I will say, I mean, we all freaked out. Obviously, we freaked out. Surgery is not a good thing. Exploratory surgery doesn't sound good. He was having discomfort in his Achilles just like walking around. That's definitely not good. Exploratory surgery is most likely a scope. The downtime from a scope is not huge. However, what they find in there could or could not be huge.
Well, and here's my thing about Soroka. Like, I'd rather you get 100% healthy before you come back. I mean, I would have rather seen you in April. Like, let's be honest. But since that's obviously not happening, get 100% healthy. 2021 is a weird fucking year as a Braves fan. Like, we have these high moments and these low moments. Who knows what's going to happen? We could still end up winning the World Series, which I know y'all call me crazy, but again, May 24th. We're not even there yet. Who knows? But I would rather Soroka get 100% healthy and we have him
really cool
as our ace than him rush back and fuck everything up.
Yeah, like don't get one thing good, come back, get fucked up again, leave again. Because that's just do it once. 2 for 1 sale.
There's just no reason to hurry. Max is doing well after his little 10-day IL stint, which I really believe he just needed those 10 days to like clear his head.
Physically and mentally, he needed
that. He just needed those 10 days to relax. I really wish we would put Dansby on the 10-day for like a something.
I think he's got tightness in something.
Yeah, his quads are tight.
I would pull my groin every day if I was with Mallory. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. So I agree. Now, I don't know at what point you have to have the durability discussion about Soroka, because he was hurt in 18. He was really good in 19. He was hurt in 20. He is hurt in 21. So I don't know at what point you have that discussion, but it doesn't matter. It's not important.
But he's still young. Now, here's my thing.
He is young.
With young pitchers and how much they've been pushing him.
Yeah.
I mean, is it his fault durability, or there's been a lot of questions recently about the Braves not being able to develop their talent?
Yeah, so that's a whole different story, because I could really go on a rant right now on we built this rebuild around starting pitching, and out of that we've gotten Soroka and Ian. I mean, obviously you're not gonna, every pitcher you draft isn't gonna turn into the fucking Clayton Kershaw or Jacob deGrom. Like, I know that. But but
Yeah, like what's happening in
at
that in
some
between
point.
time? There's something
Right.
going on
And
that's not.
I've seen a lot of information out there that maybe it's an organization situation where the Braves don't super embrace technology.
The Braves
And
way.
I kind of was like, there's no fucking way that that's true. Who would actively be like, no, we're not paying attention to all those new developments. Like, no, thank you, we're good. But then a dad of one of our pitchers started liking a bunch of tweets about the Braves not embracing technology, and I was like, okay, well, if somebody knows, he knows. So maybe that is a thing.
Trouble with the curve. Maybe
Yeah.
they have. What's his face
Clint
doing
Eastwood
all the
is Rick
Clint
Cronin.
Eastwood. Maybe he's doing everything.
Yeah, Clint Eastwood's the coach. So here's my thing. I understand because y'all know I'm one of those people that's just like, oh, I feel like he's a good player and I can't tell you why. Or like Tyler Flowers, I didn't really like him that great, but like I can appreciate what he did. But you know what I mean? Like, I'm a feelings person.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you're literally in the organization, you need to use every tool available to you. Once you have that feeling like, oh, Mike Soroka's going to be a good fucking pitcher, let's use every tool we have to make him a good pitcher.
And I feel like AA is a more stats driven GM, so I don't know if there's like with ownership, if there's a disconnect there, or if he just can't find the stats.
Does amazing in a reliever role. And granted, we had some issues, which is why we try to put him in the starter one. But then you held it against him that he wasn't a phenomenal starter when that's not what his role is. It would be like, I don't know, this is my cross sports reference, be like putting a quarterback as a linebacker and then being mad that he's not a great.
They didn't do great. Yeah.
That's not his role. Like, he's an amazing quarterback, just not amazing linebacker kind of thing. Like, so that's my thing. See that the Braves have and then wonder like what is happening with it.
Yeah. I did see that there was some like major turnover in the Braves analytic department in like 20 and 21. So maybe we're heading that direction. Yeah. But you do have to like fucking Kevin Gausman is killing it for the Giants, right? And it's I remember when Kevin Gausman took the mound and it was like fucking Jesse Biddle taking the mound. And I'm like, shit fired. Fuck everything. Wave the white flag. Why are we even going back out there?
Which
fuck it all.
Flashback to the Mansplain, the people who didn't get when I said shit fuck damn was a play on you having said it. Like we literally have a t-shirt that says it. That's why I said it the other day.
Shop.johnboymedia.com.
But yeah, so but I mean not just Kevin, Lucas Sims, Charlie Morton. Like I mean Charlie's back now, but like there's something happening to these pitchers when they leave and then come back. And
but then also you think about like Tucker Davidson and
Rick Kranitz all the way under the bus. I was about to say, but think about the guys like Bryce Wilson has been up and down for like the last 2 years for sure, maybe 3. I don't even remember how long. 2019 was fucking 20 years ago, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. He's fucking lights out at AAA, and then comes up, and something happens, and like sometimes he's good, sometimes he's horrible.
But it's not just him.
Like,
so it can't be. It's not a Bryce thing. Right, and it's not a Bryce thing if it happens with multiple.
It's not a you problem. It's us problem.
And I didn't realize till I started. Right. That's it. Yes. Sorry, because Muller's still down. But I didn't realize till I started following like the Tigers like daily, following their Twitter. These roster moves that the Braves make. Other teams don't make as many up, down moves.
Yeah. It's like we utilize both Gwinnett and Atlanta, which I'm sure can be advantageous sometimes.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine the fucking mind games
having to do it.
You play one game and then they're like, okay, bye. But never mind, come back up the same afternoon. But okay, bye.
They do the same thing to Camargo every week. Come up, goodbye. Come up, goodbye. It's a toxic relationship. much
Yeah.
like we all have with the Braves.
It's just,
Anyway,
I don't know.
So I mean,
That's
I'm
interesting.
obviously not a major league pitching coach,
Something
but
to think
also
about.
yes.
yeah, like
Now,
I don't have any ideas. I'm just saying I feel like they should have ideas.
No,
That's
you know
all.
who does develop pitching very well? The Astros.
Hey, y'all. The
But
Astros.
they really do. I'm not just
They do.
saying that. They do.
They do. I mean, Garrett Cole in Pittsburgh versus Garrett Cole for the Astros.
The Astros
Even
are the
Charlie
antithesis.
Even Charlie Morton got better in Houston and then went to the Rays, and now he's back
That's
home.
true.
It's like a running joke in Pittsburgh. Like a pitcher will suck here and then go somewhere else and will literally be
It'd be
Garrett
like
Cole.
a
So.
Maybe they're just
ace.
trying to get out
Yeah.
of Pittsburgh now.
So the Astros had a great week. That's literally my first sentence. Astros had a great week. They're currently on a 5-game win streak. They lost Monday to the Angels, but they still won the series, which goes back to, and I'm not the only one who realized this, the Astros have a thing of like, we're going to win the series, but we don't really give a fuck about sweeping, so whatever. It's
You
either...
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You said that
So
last week.
another Astros fan did a like actual analysis of it, and I want to say it goes back to
Astros fans have a lot of time because are they the ones who figured out the bang bang pattern?
yes. So it's like April 14th or April 10th or April something way the fuck back there. They have been on this. We're gonna win the series, but we're not gonna sweep the series situation. It is typically, like I told you last year, depending on if it's a 3 or 4 game series, and then lose the last one. With the Angels this week, they did kind of flop that around. They lost the first game and then won the others. So they lost on Monday, but like no big deal. On Tuesday, it was McCullers versus Ohtani, and that was, I mean, we're not talking about the Angels, but that was the game that pitched, had 10 Ks, then went from pitching to playing right field because they didn't want his bat out of the lineup.
We're always an Ohtani stand pod, though. So
always an Ohtani stand pod.
Also, he got his first home run in Boston. Just FYI.
Which shouldn't have been a home run, but it was a home run because he's a fucking monster.
He just flicked.
Yeah. McCullers went 8 innings. He had 9 Ks, only allowed 1 run on 3 hits. That was his longest outing since like July of 2016. You know, he
also a fantasy player for our team.
Yes. Oh, I didn't know that. So shout out to me for being the best fantasy owner ever. So he had Tommy John surgery in between there, which I'm sure you guys know. On Wednesday, we beat the Angels 9-1, and it was the fucking home run derby. We hit 5 home runs. Altuve hit 1, Gurriel hit 1, Tucker hit 1, Alvarez hit 1, McCormick hit 1.
Which, by the way,
everybody hit a home run.
It was Gurriel's mama with the split jersey.
With the split jersey,
yeah.
Yes.
That was
and our Gurriel Jr.
So everybody hit home runs on Wednesday. It was a great game. We won. Woohoo. On Thursday, we won again.
That was fucking crazy.
Yeah, I was going to say, that flips over. We're playing the Rangers now. We won 4-3, and we won on a walk-off wild pitch in the 11th inning. And it was crazy. Like, it was insane. I don't really know how to even explain it to you other than if you just go watch the last, 3 outs of the 11th inning. I don't know what to tell you. Friday, we won 10-4 over the Rangers. Greinke pitched. He did really well, but also he got a shit ton of run support. The Astros were leading 7-1 after 3 innings, so he just had to pitchers do better when they have run support. We've talked about that on this pod plenty of times. So there's that. On Saturday, they won 6-5 over the Rangers. Correa and Tucker both homered. Correa is kind of like, he started the season like on fucking fire, and then for like a month he was batting like 215 or some fucking shit. Like, it was not great, but doesn't matter because now he seems to be heating back up. Garcia went 5.
He was like, I'm not going to take this measly little contract you were offering me, and then like
I'm gonna go somewhere.
He's raking to go somewhere else.
Garcia went 5 innings. He gave up only 1 run. And the Astros are in second place in the West, and they are only 0.5 games behind Oakland. So I hope they enjoy that top spot while they have it, because they will not have it long. Also, they are the only positive run differential in the AL West. They have a positive 52 run differential, and they're the second in the AL West, which is also the second in the entire league, because the White Sox have 60, or this was as of yesterday, so it might be a little bit different now, but as of yesterday, the White Sox had a positive 60 run differential. The Astros were at positive 52, and then the Dodgers were the next team, which was at 50.
It's still weird to me that the Astros are in the West. I'm just going to throw that out.
Yeah, it is kind of odd. So, like I said, I hope the A's enjoy that top spot while they have it, because it's not going to last long.
And speaking of things not lasting long, the Tigers are doing really good this week.
I'm glad you went baseball. I was concerned.
Well, I did order a shirt that says "She loves the D."
I love that.
And it has like the Old English D with a tiger coming out of it.
Love it.
Anyway, so I'm excited about getting that at some point in life, and I'll wear it on the pod. I mean, if you're going to go all in, right? So on my birthday, the Tigers won. Though they tried to give it back because the Royals only scored in the 8th and the 9th innings. And I think the Tigers ended up winning by 1.
They got tired.
Supper. But yeah, they were like, let's see if we can lose this game and cause Emily to freak out while she's at Texas Roadhouse trying to enjoy her birthday dinner. Robbie Grossman had 5 RBIs, and Robbie Grossman is kind of like that player who, I don't even know what the Braves equivalent would be. He's almost like Ozzy, but an outfielder. Like, he's good, but like you don't ever really think of him. Does that make sense? Like, Ozzy's not the standout player, even though he's my favorite. But people who don't follow the Braves don't really think about Ozzy Albies that much, and that's kind of how Robbie Grossman is. But he had 5 RBIs on my birthday, which was awesome. Our catcher is on the 10-day IL for hamstring. He was our backup catcher. So Wilson Ramos is already on the IL. And then Grayson Grenier is now on the IL. So we have 2 minor leaguers playing Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
Maybe you could use Tyler Flowers' help too.
So we swept the Royals. We lost to the Cubs on Friday. Then we beat them in 10 yesterday, which was very I got exercise minutes watching that game. So, and then we lost to the Cubs today, I guess, but that's okay. We're up to 14 whole wins, and we're not last in the AL Central. So, they might fuck around and get to 500. We'll see. Mickey, the big thing is Mickey keeps moving up the hits leaderboard because he's like at the point every time he gets a hit, he moves up a spot. I think he's at like number 43, but he leads all Venezuelan players. He won't for long because we got Ronald Acuna Jr. in the pipeline. We all know that. But right now he leads all Venezuela-born players in hits, runs, doubles, and home runs and RBIs. He has 489 home runs, which, again, with Freddie just now hitting 250, it made me realize, how exactly impressive 489 is.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Huge.
So, I mean, and the great thing about watching the Tigers is, when the Braves lose a close game, I'm like, oh, and, actually sad about it. When the Tigers lose a close game, I'm like, fuck, it's Detroit. You don't expect them to win anyway. Whatever.
That's exactly how it is here in Pittsburgh.
Is
no expectations, no stress.
I'm like, we're up to 14 wins. Woohoo! We're almost a 400 winning percentage. That's awesome.
There you go.
So, it's been interesting, and also one of their minor league teams, I think it's their high A, the West Michigan Whitecaps, has a ECU player. I live in Greenville, so that's where ECU is. So this player's my boyfriend's son's favorite player ever. He met him at a little camp thing they did, and they go to the same little training center, or there's one training center in town. Obviously they go to the same one.
So cute.
So, like, I'm like, why I care about the Tigers high A team, I don't know, but like, it's cool to get really invested because you hear about all these names who, like, it's like if you follow the Mississippi Braves or Gwinnett, like, you'll eventually see some of these guys in the majors and you can be like, oh, I remember when. So,
yeah, that's like, it's always cool. That's one of the reasons I love minor leagues is because you get to see superstars before they become superstars. And like Andrew McCutcheon was a Williamsport cross cutter, and like fucking like
we have Ronald's little brother here in Kinston, which I'm going to go see them next weekend. Like, I was supposed to see him this week, but like the tickets were sold out. But now that we've expanded capacity,
you get your bang for your buck at minor leagues, is what we're saying.
You do.
And like Ronnie said, his little brother's better than him.
Yeah.
Like, and he's like, I'm not lying. Insane. I'm not just feeding this to you. And everyone has
no
said,
one would say that about their younger sibling unless it was true.
Exactly.
As a youngest sibling, trust me, I know.
Which, by the way, his team, sorry, I'm flipping back to the Braves. They said there's 6 current major leaguers from that town of 2,000.
There's 2,000 people in the town, and 6 of them, all Acuñas, were in major leagues. What is in the water in their their DNA? It's crazy. I can't wait for little 4 to come up and fucking hit it back to Fulton County. That's all I'm saying.
Go ahead and sign him.
They should have put him in the other day.
Might as well. He could probably hit further than fucking.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Put him in the outfield.
I want to hear about other little baby players, but also not when they played us this week, Marla.
Well, I won't talk about when they played the Braves.
Thank you.
Other than Teoscar Hernandez hit a 464-foot homer on.
Don't talk about it.
Anyways, that's fake news.
Vladdy against the Phillies. All right, so on the 14th, we started against our series against the Phillies. Did lose 1-5 in the first game. And then on the 15th, won 4-0. And Vladdy in that game reached Slim Daddy Vladdy reached base for the 70th time this season, which was leading the majors. And this was as of yesterday. So if he got surpassed today, don't at me. I don't care. So
they're got those wheels now because he also has the glute strength still.
There is an article in The Athletic talking about his splits at first, like literally is like how he does the split at first. And they asked like a gymnast and someone else, I forget. They asked like 3 different like other professional athletes what they thought of it, and they were all just like, "Holy shit, how is he doing that?" So that's awesome.
Wait, side note, unrelated. Is he married or?
I don't think so. Don't quote me, but I don't think.
I'm just saying. Flexibility is key.
To everyone participating in Hot Girl Summer, Vladdy is single.
Hot baseball player summer. So Bo Bichette's been killing it. He got, I think it was a homer today, or maybe it was yesterday. It's been a blur of a weekend. So he's been awesome. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. has been killing it, and has probably the best hair on the team. Sorry, Bo. I just love he's got it dyed like green right now, and it's like so like not wavy, but like I don't want to say floppy.
Love a good dye job. It's
got such a good flow to it. But he and Bo are definitely leading the team in the hair department. Teoscar Hernandez is heating up. I'm sorry. He is heating up. Hernandez is, but Rowdy Tellez is heating up. I get like Teoscar and Tellez mixed up. They're very
understandable.
Rowdy's white, so they're very different people.
Okay, I didn't want to say that because like I'm not sure how.
Not when I'm like I'm looking at them, I know, but like in my head, I'm dumb. So names are hard. Rowdy's been heating up. I said, I think before the season even started, that he was the one to watch for the Blue Jays because this is like his make or break year. So he's been doing it, and it's just been a lot of fun. And I won't talk about those other games. I I was so torn, you guys, because on one hand, I was like, well, this is awesome. And then, but it was like 30% of me was like, oh, this is cool. This is fun. And then the other 70% of me was like, God fucking damn it. Can you sweep
This is my fault.
Maybe, like, what? I've never had that kind of power in my life.
Also, if you were out there and did not see Marla's Blue Jays like tweets, like TikTok videos she put out, please go and look at Braves Marla, because that one lady with the faces and the Blue Jay biting her, like it
was hilarious.
I died.
Actual like ornithologist that I follow on Twitter or TikTok, and she had just a couple days ago posted a couple of videos of her catching some blue jays, because she's a scientist. She catches them and studies them and takes samples and releases them. And a few videos in a row, she's got this one really mean blue jay that just given her the business, and like it's so fucking funny,
fucking relatable,
perfect. And it was quite timely. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to tweet this clip. And the Blue Jays fans really liked it. So, and they welcomed me they've taken me under their wing. So I felt honored. But also
good. Yeah. The Blue Jays dad or whatever on Twitter was like adding us. I was like, update. And then I was like, fuck, we ended up losing the game. Never mind. Skip the update.
Anyways.
Do you have a baby Brave?
I do. This baby Brave is baby in the fact that he is younger than us, but not baby in the fact that he is a prospect. Well, no. I'm not gonna call him a prospect. And it is Orlando Garcia, who's
been killing it.
Fucking killing it. Orlando is from Venezuela, like some of our beloved Braves that we currently have. He is 26 years old, and he plays shortstop. We got Orlando from the trade with the Brewers back in April, where we sent Patrick Weigel and Chad Sabatka, and then they sent us Orlando Garcia.
Which, by the way, if you haven't seen the video of him stealing an ice cream cone, please do. It's adorable. It made me fall in love with him.
Yes. So to kind of go through his story really quickly, he signed with the Brewers as an international free agent in 2010, and it is 2021, so that was a long time ago, in case you can't do math. He has really taken his time, to put it nicely, to come up through the ranks. He was signed in 2010. He played in the winter leagues for a couple of years. In 2012, he actually broke his ankle.
When he signed, so like he was like hot out the gate.
Right. So in 2012, he broke his ankle and was out for the season. In 2013, he was playing A-ball. In 2014, he was playing high A-ball. In 2015, he was playing double A. You see how we're going here. Yes. In 2015, though, he played in the Futures game during All-Star Week. And he was also named the Brewers Minor League Baseball Player of the Year. And so they obviously saw something in him. In 15 and 16, he played in the winter leagues again. In 2016, when our season starts, he started in AAA in 2016, and then in August of that year, he made his major league debut. He was pleasantly consistent for the Brewers when he was there. He played a decent number of games throughout the rest of the 2016 season, 2017. In 2018, he was actually demoted to AAA twice. He came back for the postseason and had some really clutch, important hits for the Brewers. However, we do know in 2019 they did lose that series to the Dodgers. Whatever. In 2020, he platooned with Luis Urias, who the Brewers had picked up in that offseason. So in 2020, he played like half the games. Then in 2020, like I said, in April, we picked him up. We had that trade in April. And since then, he has been playing in Gwinnett for the Braves. He has started all 12 games. He has hit in all 12 games. And he has 7 home runs in 12 games.
So this
Today he
plays
walked off.
Dansby needs to take a rest day.
Yes.
And we call him up for, just see what he does. Who knows?
So, as far as that goes, personally, I'm not saying he shouldn't, but personally, I don't see Dansby being sent down to AAA no matter what, unless unless they give him a little IL stint and then maybe a couple starts down there. But Orlando is on fucking fire, and he reminds me a lot of, I know it's only been 12 games, but reminds me a lot of kind of what Adam Duvall was doing, and eventually the Braves just didn't really have a fucking choice other than to call him up. Like, there was nothing else they could do, because he was just fucking killing it. And I love Dansby, but production is production, and eventually, if you don't produce, maybe you get replaced. I'm sorry, please don't come for me.
Here's my thing with Dansby is, sorry, and this is about Orlando, but Dansby every single year, it's like, oh, this is the year. I told y'all this when we did our preseason thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Every year's the year. At what point do you say, you're good, we appreciate what you do, but you're never going to be the superstar that perhaps we thought you were. He's good. He's fairly consistent. He's good. I don't want to trade him or get rid of him completely, but also he's not a Corey Seager.
I was going to say, I was talking to somebody about this like literally earlier today. For whatever reason, and I don't know why, I just get these feelings with Dansby that he's like untouchable, but there's really no reason that he should be untouchable. You know, like he's not good enough to be untouchable. I'm sorry, he's consistent, like you said.
Leadoff, and he's fantastic. Right. And even when he gets
fucking monster,
he comes back sooner than we think. He pumps up the whole team, everything.
Mm-hmm. And like Freddie is supposed to be our chipper. He's supposed to be our franchise face. He's supposed to be untouchable. For whatever reason, I get those same vibes from Dansby, but like, he's not had the production that those untouchables have.
Right, like what?
So I'm not saying
he's beloved, but like, we love a lot of guys.
Is he beloved because he was the number 1 pick? Is my question.
And he's a
what is it back? I can't even remember the name of the book I read by Keith Law, but it was over winter, and I was talking about it. And I talked about how many first-round picks overall don't have long, consistent careers. Yeah. And at what point do you say you're good, but also kind of like, we don't think about like Austin Riley. We'll move him around.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what, like, Austin Riley in my head, I'm like, well, if we can get better, trade him. But for whatever reason, Dansby has this like blockade that I'm like, but we can't.
Yeah, what's the difference between Dansby and Camargo? Like, honestly. But Camargo, like we just said a few minutes ago, gets sent down every week.
Which Camargo,
we have other people
who can play. I'm a Camargo stan, and I will 100% admit I'm a Camargo stan. But the thing with him that I've always said is play him consistently. Like when he was at third consistently, he was doing great, and then all of a sudden you put him at second, and he struggled, and you held it against him. I feel like if you move Dansby to third all of a sudden, he'd be
like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Right.
Or maybe they could try that, make Dansby the super utility guy. Maybe he would thrive. Who knows?
I don't know.
Maybe a switch up would help him at the plate. I don't know.
It's time to do something.
Shake something up.
Yeah.
Because I don't want
that shit in a fucking thing and
but you do it with everyone. You do it with everyone else. Even Acuna, you moved between center field and right field. Like you move your superstars
because they can.
Ozzy, I think, went between second and shortstop a little bit, maybe. Maybe I'm wrong there, but like I feel like he moved a little bit. Like everyone has moved around the field at some point.
Shit, fire. Freddie played third base.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, big city. Freddie.
What's the worst
Future
that can happen? You
Hall of
move
Fame first baseman.
Dansby to another position just to like you said, like a super utility. See what happens. Or like Freddie had that rest day.
Mhm.
Hopefully you got to see his wife and kids, and he came back and he's been like recalibrated since. Let's do it.
Yeah, Dansby needs a day off. I think I said that for the first time like a week ago. That man needs a fucking day off. But he has had moments since I said that. I think he's hit.
Yeah, he hit that
one.
homer the other day.
I was gonna say
Right,
he's hit
just
one home run,
awesome.
maybe two, and that's
Which
great.
that's great. We still value him. Like you still
Yeah.
bring something to
Yeah,
the
like
team. We're
he's
not
still
saying
doing
that.
great, but he needs a fucking day off. He needs a day off. Just gonna keep saying that until he gets one. And we just sent Johan down, so I'm not really sure who he's fucking getting it from, but he needs one.
Now, who's not going to get a day off? Are you done? I'm sorry.
Yes, I'm done. That was it.
Okay, I don't want to like transition if you're not. Mansplain Hockey Elsewhere is going to come to you quicker because we're in the Stanley Cup playoffs. So we're going to try to get out to you on Monday so our information is up to date. Marla's rocking the Pins jersey, so you should watch us on YouTube. Me and Ashlyn have to go to war this week. I'm very sorry. First round, Preds versus Canes. So we will be on YouTube and Apple Podcasts. You can find us if you search on your computer. If not, do Spotify. You know, pray to the good Lord, baby Jesus, or whoever you pray to that you can find us. But YouTube's where it's at. I mean, because you can see our pretty faces. Mansplain Baseball Elsewhere. We'll be out on Tuesday like normal. Follow us Patreon, Mansplain BB Pod.
BB Podcast, yep.
Okay. To get even earlier access to everything. My cat just walked by, so Marla made a face, so you would catch that watch on YouTube.
She's so cute.
She is adorable. She's really the star of the show. Lecturin Ladies we're gonna put out at some point again. It's really hard. There's a lot of sports going on.
So much.
Yeah.
We had a whole segment on the WNBA in Mansplain Hockey Elsewhere, so go listen to that.
So like shit's going off right now.
It's going on. And also shout out by the League Pass for the WNBA. And follow some of those women on Twitter because like they really do give me life. Like, and I'm not
badass bitches.
Say that. Like, if you like the Braves walk-ins, you are gonna love these ladies and their outfits walking in. Plus the actual game, it's phenomenal. Like Candace Parker, I told you all I caught part of that, and I'm like, this bitch is killing it in the broadcast game for the NBA finals, and then she flips and comes back and is like killing everyone.
I'm actually
playing.
Yeah,
like it's her side job to play basketball now. Like
no big deal. Her side job is being a professional athlete.
Right.
No big deal.
Badass.
But Montana from Alabama, we would love to see you on the Brave staff. Make that happen. AA and Marla, where can they find us on social media?
We are on Twitter at Mansplain BB Pod and Instagram. It's the same. And we are also on Facebook. And we already talked about our Patreon. So I put up a review last Saturday night, I think it was, about the Michael Kelly's movie All Square, which I had been meaning to watch for forever and finally got around to it. So I have my review up on that. I posted a video review. It's like 9 minutes long, and also like all my notes that I took throughout the movie, which are very hectic and crazy, but funny if I do say so myself. And I'm also reading a book right now called The Pittsburgh Cocaine 7, which is about the pirates in the 80s were like fraught with cocaine. And there's a whole like federal investigation into it. So I'm reading that right now, and I will have a review up whenever I'm done with that.
Also, maybe they should try that again because it seemed to work.
Maybe get a little energy, I'm just saying. Whatever, little boost. So yeah, we're posting stuff on Patreon. We got stuff on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all of the places, and our individual accounts are at Braves, Ashlyn, Emily, and Marla. So check us out. We're entertaining, I think. So
I think we are, and we will see y'all next Tuesday.
Bye, guys.
Bye.